It's not in the cards for you. I'm pretty good at insults, and I got the internet and a lot of free time.
I think it's real easy to see that women and men, males and female humans, develop at different levels. What I mean by that is that when it comes to things like maturity, you put an 18-year-old guy next to an 18-year-old woman. It doesn't matter how mature that 18-year-old dude is. And there are some out there that are very mature at 18. I was one of these people. I was pretty mature at 18, so much that I didn't like people because they just seemed sexist. Most of the guys are just like hunting and fishing where I grew up and talking shit about women and then like pretending that they never said anything when the women are around and just like bullshitting them into bed. Just acknowledge that you do that. You're a bunch of clones. You look like each other. So women and men develop at different levels. When you're 18 and you're with your 18-year-old girlfriend and you're hanging out and she asks you stuff about your future, well, most of the time you're probably going to say, I don't know, I probably want to play video games all day or sleep all day. Sure, there's a lot of them that'll be like, yeah, I want to go to college, I want to be a doctor. But the maturity level is evident by the fact of how much we know about Generation Z today. Generation Z voters largely voted for Bernie Sanders in the Washington State primary. And I'm in Washington State, so this is relevant to where I'm at. They mostly voted for Bernie Sanders. However, something is wrong with the women because they're still attracted to money and power, which is what Bernie Sanders would be against. Guy rolls up, sweet liberal dude, but no, he's got 2 girlfriends because he's got a nice car. Talking about how liberal he is. One thing I know about intelligence is not arrogant. Intelligence is humility. So it'd be like yakking on. Yeah, I'm a great liberal dude. I got no problem with gay people. I have gay friends, black friends. Meanwhile, look at my Porsche. Look at my sticker. I support Bernie Sanders. Or it'll be like, yeah, I love Biden because he's not Trump. Meanwhile, there's still kids in cages, and it's just like this decorative show. It's not even called Kids in Cages. It's called like internment camps or something like that. They renamed it. I don't remember what it's called because it's all bullshit from the other fascist team. It's kids in cages. No health care, no COVID back pay, even though we're the richest nation on earth. But again, I'm tangenting. We're left wing. We can acknowledge that we're left wing. A lot of people would say, no, we're liberals. Well, liberals and left wing are different. When you start explaining what leftism is compared to liberalism, most people will say, yeah, I'm actually a leftist. Because leftists feel that things are unfair. Liberals will let you get away with hate speech because it's your right to be a hateful person. You could be a hateful person because it's your democratic right. Leftists will say, no, you can't just have a group on Facebook focused on hating somebody. That's wrong. Because what it does is it perpetuates violence. You might just be talking shit to rile a guy up and to make him more like a diamond in the rough. But the first thing that guy would go after is you for bullying him. It won't be about, yeah, these people really strengthen me. You'll get a little bit of that. You'll get a little bit of like the haters are my motivators, and that's why I'm successful today. But without that, the goals would still be accomplished. You standing in the way of me, like trying to find a girlfriend, is based in classism and age phobia, which are forms of bigotry. And we know that Gen Z are a largely anti-bigot, anti-greed generation because they largely supported Bernie Sanders in the primaries of Washington state and a lot of primaries. You might be for Biden. Well, look at Biden's lawn where Jill put up like the kindness and togetherness hearts for Valentine's Day or whatever. But still, you see a lot of Biden supporters just straight up assholes to you if you got less money than them or you don't have a girlfriend. A lot of Biden supporters are just straight up pricks like the Trumpanzees were. But that's not the issue that I'm talking about. That's the digress. The thing is that women are enlightened to where religions need to be created in order to catch up to women, because women already are kind of enlightened about things to where they're humble about things when they could straight up be arrogant. You find arrogant women like Hillary Clinton come off as kind of like dumb shits after a while. But then you find humble women like Elizabeth Warren that seem much more intelligent than Hillary Clinton because she's more humble than Hillary. You know, Bill Maher has that saying where he's like, women need to stop complaining about men. If they keep dating shitty men, it's their fault. And it really is. I mean, if you're complaining about dudes, maybe you should date a higher quality of dude. But here's what I've realized about religion being a crutch. Christians, largely the majority in this country, will sort of just do the background noise, sarcasm bounce off to where it's like, nah, you'll hear some older woman in the background or some older guy say like, no, we're not all that interested. And then they'll kind of like put on a show. Like you'll be there like really a supportful guy. You know, like I was with Dorothy where I cooked for her, I bought her cigarettes. But then still there was a lot of people at the shelter talking about how age phobia prevented her from dating me. And then she started befriending the other guys. So I said, you know, it seems like Dorothy is a wonderful human being that might actually be willing to date me. Maybe I should try to impress her. So I did. I made her dinner. I bought her a pack of cigarettes before that because I had this inclination that we would meet that day and have a conversation. Isaac stepped in and then threatened to rape her, his 18-year-old dumbass, right in front of my face. And then my buddy Sharif tackled him to the ground because he was on crack when he did this. But that's how Isaac usually is. It's like he's talking about, I need my girlfriend. Yeah, okay. Which one? You have 7 of them, but I've hooked him up with Mexican food and like pizza and Subway. But still, he just wants to talk about his problems. And he knows all these women, but he won't introduce me to any, no matter how much show of support I give him. But then these women flock to these guys that are greedy. That doesn't make sense. I thought we were left wing. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, we're all against greed. But still, you have all these women, but you won't introduce me to any because you're a fucking narcissist. And you need your narcissistic supply. And that's what reminds me of Donald Trump. You have your 2 to more girlfriends, and you know all these women, Gen Z, but you're acting like Donald Trump. Well, it's because of age phobia and classism. You know damn well how misogynistic a lot of these clone-looking guys are. You know, the baseball cap, they have their sports talk, the locker room shit. Women suck this, women suck this, you know, I'm gonna fuck that bitch this. And, you know, just the very sexist bullshit. But then women will flock to guys like that, which doesn't make any sense to their politics. So while we can acknowledge that women are much more enlightened than men around their levels, we also have to look at the weirdness of Gen Z when it's like, oh, the background noise said, oh, we're not interested. So you're going to flock to the guy who gives you water instead of me with 2 chocolate milks. Well, I have 2 chocolate milks, but then you flock to that other guy when I'm willing to listen to you and feed you. But because of the background noise bounce off that sarcasm in the background, you're going to go to the guy that's the asshole towards you, that gives you nothing, while I offer you an ear as a friend and also a willingness to cook for you. To me, that shows a problem with women. But you go deeper. The men control the world. The billionaires and the millionaires, the patriarchy, control the world. So while you're bouncing off the background noise to dude who offers you nothing, and I'm here offering you everything, maybe you should question your religion, whether it's Christianity, Islam, or Satanism, because it's like the religious are all tight out there together, but you're still doing the thing where you go against your politics to go with the greedmongers and the guys in power, which are the clone guys, despite the fact that you hate money and power. So it's not about age phobia. It's not about classism. It's the fact that you like misogynistic men. I'm here asking you how your day is going, if you did any interesting things today, and you're just there bitching and moaning about age phobia and the women not fucking you. When I talk to women, I'm trying to find out about what they're doing. I'm having conversation with them. But you just go to the dumb guys and the assholes that offer you a cup full of nothing when I've got 2 cups of everything at the same economic level. And the clone guys will be like, yeah, women are bitches. They're just a bunch of lesbians and Nazis or something like that. Right. Well, you have to understand that they're like that. But men are in control of the world. So you tell me how we're supposed to have an enlightened world without acknowledging the inherent, already there enlightenment of women. How we're supposed to have a utopia without the inherent enlightenment that we already know about women. Women can't become Buddhas because they're already Buddha-like. They're already humble and they're already empathic, more so than guys. But you're going to complain about women. But then the women, you guys are going to go to these assholes instead of a guy like me who's offering to cook for you and clean for you and be nice to you. We're all at the same economic level. But you're going to go to the assholes and the idiots. You're going to go with the simps. Fine. Whatever. I'll be here when you acknowledge that I'm a better priority than them. Go with your simps. Go with your misogynistic simps. Your clones. See how well it works out for you. I'm here when you're mature enough to acknowledge that I'd be the better boyfriend. Sweethearts, I'm here for you. They're not.
You're scaring the hell out of me, man. Everything that I do good, I try to do good.